What's up, y'all? It's your baby girl, Tami T, and you're watching Conversation powered by Greater Northwest Music. And I have a beautiful young lady next to me by the name of Miss Shanara Capane. Is that the right way I'm saying it?
Yes.
AKA ZELLi in the house. She has been running herself since she came at the door with her shades on.
You have to. When you love yourself, you have every right to embrace it however you want to, when you want to. So that's just what I do.
Yes, it is. And more of what you do. You're definitely, one thing that I love about your style, your energy is very, very bright. A lot of people, I feel like, are not ready for the energy that you bring to the table, especially for Seattle and the Northwest in general. People here are very more laid back and chill, and you bring a lot of spunk and fire and wake up, I'm here, like stop sleeping.
I just like to have a good time. I did theater, I did gymnastics, competitive cheer, so I've always just been like a hype person. But even when I was younger, my mom said I would never smile in my pictures. I would make silly faces. So even from a young age, I've been weird and crazy. But that's just me. I like it. Take it or leave it.
Yes. See, now, one thing I love about ZELLi's style, you're very unapologetic. You are feminine, very feminine. And you're fresh. You're bringing something new and clean to the table. Who has been some of your main influences in terms of your style and your music and what you're doing?
I love Lil' Kim.
Yeah. Why did I not?
I used to be scared of the. Now I'm gonna throw lips to the shit. Handle it like a real. Psych. No, but yeah, I really I like her.
What do you like about Lil' Kim and how being a female MC? What about her?
Same thing. She just doesn't give a shit. Wait, can I cuss?
Yes, you can.
Okay, perfect. I wasn't sure.
On Conversations,
she doesn't care. You know, like again, it's your body. You can talk about it. Who cares?
You can do it.
Who are you to tell me that I can? If you don't like it, okay, bye. Don't listen. Go.
I love that.
Why judge me? Look at your damn self, you broke ass. You know, like
I think this is a little personal, you guys.
I mean, everyone is a little bit judgmental, you know, but it's like, who cares? Love yourself. If you want to talk about your ass, talk about your ass. If you want to talk about your dick, talk about your dick. I don't know, like. It's your body. I don't care.
I have a question. Now, considering you're talking about that, you know how a lot of people will go online, specifically Twitter, after hours. Yeah, late night Twitter.
Oh boy.
What if anyone was to participate in ZELLi's late night conversations, what are some topics that are going to be addressed?
None, because I'm usually asleep during after hours.
She's like, I am not working at the time. I'm a bit.
I ain't nobody's booty call.
Ooh.
So that's usually,
good.
Okay, I'm kind of like greasy with it though, because I'll see a message and I'll be like, I'll just respond to them tomorrow or next week or never. So, I mean, if you're just important, then I might consider the conversation if I'm not too tired, if I don't have to wake up early the next morning. But if I do, I'm just like,
yeah.
I don't know.
You have to be selective with who you give your time
I hate when they're like, what are you doing?
We don't have time, but that's elevator talk.
I don't know your name, your last name. I don't know what street you live on. I don't know your social. I don't know the color of your underwear.
I don't know your credit score. What's the point?
Do you have a record? Have you been to jail? You ask me what I'm doing. I'm minding my business. So
you're funny.
I'm just keeping
Other
it real.
than Lil' Kim, are there any other influences in the game? They don't have to be necessarily female or women, but
I love Nicki. Some people might hate me for that. I don't really care. She's doing it.
I'm gonna bring her up later. We're gonna talk about her a little bit.
Cool.
We're gonna talk about her a little bit.
I love Missy.
Oh yes, Missy Elliott is doing an amazing comeback, so shout out to her.
I love Tina Marie.
Oh, nice.
I listen to a lot of old school music.
That's a lot of old school.
Yeah, I think old school music is really, really cool just the way how they used to make their music back in the day, their tracks were like 9 minutes long.
Mm-hmm. And for no reason, though.
No, because they used to
reason.
dance a lot. You
That's
know,
true.
music back then was made to like feel and dance. So they were like, "Fuck it, let's extend the track and dance."
So you can do what you want.
Exactly.
Okay,
Nowadays it's like 2-3 minutes. I mean, most of my songs are the same way. But when I do work on an album in the future, I would like to go back to that.
To that style of music where you prolong the track of 6 to 9.
Yeah, I mean,
6 to 8 minutes.
I mean, what's wrong with that? Y'all like to shake your ass anyway. Shake it for 9 minutes. Y'all get mad when the DJ switch it up. Well, you can't switch up this song because it's 9 minutes long, and I'm gonna make sure. So
I'm gonna bring it back for you. And while I was doing my research and digging up from the trenches of your, your past and what you've been doing thus far,
yes.
I stumbled upon an interview that you did, and you have worked within Tina Hendricks' studio.
Yes.
What was that experience like for you, and how has that graced your musical experience?
Well, I actually never really got to interact with her that much. It was at her house, and the bottom half of her house was a huge studio. So it was recording, and then there was another room with a bunch of instruments, pianos, and guitars, and all that stuff.
That's amazing.
Yeah, so it was like a academy. But I had a really good friend. Well, we're still friends. Shout out to Rob Reeves. He's my producer.
Hey.
He was engineering there for a minute. And so I was like, hey, I'm a rapper, and I know you do, recording and stuff. Can I come to your studio? And he's like, yeah, just come through. And that's where I started to kind of practice, learning how to record and how to put tracks together.
Being a recording artist is different from being live work, and live work is a different thing too.
Man, I used to get so nervous before I'd record. I mean, I still kind of get a little bit of nerves.
A lot of people do.
I don't know why it's so intimidating. It's weird. I think because it's you and the engineer.
And that's it.
And they hear every little thing. So it's like, if you mess up, But, I mean, that's what they're there for, is to make a good track.
So if you're working relationship with that person, if you are comfortable enough working with that person, that makes it more of a relaxing experience.
And that made it easy for me, too, because he's my best friend,
That's what's up.
So we would just always goof off, and, it was great.
I'm glad you mentioned him, because I was wondering if I wanted to bring him up in the interview.
Yeah.
What is your working relationship like with Rob Reeves, and how has he helped you challenge yourself and better yourself as an artist? Oh my
God, we are like brother and sister. And even though he's really busy because he plays football as well.
That's amazing. Wait, go back. So he plays football. Is he? How old is he?
I want to.
Is he in his?
He's
20s?
in our 20s.
So is he playing college football, or like?
Sorta. So his dad has a football team. It's
okay,
like
like a club.
Yeah.
Okay, club like sports.
And he's super dedicated to sports and music as well. So he's always busy, but I can call him like right now and he'll answer, be like, hey, what's up? That's
amazing. I've never heard of an athlete that crosses with music and actually does both.
One of my songs on my upcoming EP is actually produced by a football player as well too.
What? Now that's how, because I mean, let's be real. The sports industry has huge ties with music, with the music industry, and they fuel each other in order to draw traffic. So this is definitely like business-wise, it makes sense. Now I haven't been paying attention, or at least been seeing that a lot of athletes who actually have been seriously trying to pursue music and are making a living off of that. So that's amazing that I'm hearing this. This is getting me excited. Because I mean, I feel like this is where it should have been a thing from the jump. I feel like this should have been going on for a while, or it has been going on for a while. Because I know artists, I know athletes. Like when I was in college, who did music on the side. Like, oh yeah, I kind of like make beats on my own, on the side. But they never, they didn't either have a platform for themselves, or they didn't take it seriously. It was a hobby.
They're not surrounded by the right people to kind of get them going. Like my friend Jamal Jones, who produced one of the tracks on the EP, he was very quiet, and we'd all be at, one of the football players' houses. It was at University of Washington.
Where I went to school.
and we'd all just be there just goofing off, and then someone would be like, yo, play your most recent track, and then everyone would start freestyling or whatever.
That's fun.
And I'm not really a freestyle. That's not my style,
So you don't freestyle really. You like to sit down, write, and compose.
And I don't have anything wrong with freestyling. I do have a problem when someone's like, oh, if you can't freestyle, you're not a rapper. well, first I'm an artist that can rap.
There's a line.
There's a line, you know? Mm-hmm. And so usually I was the person that was just kind of chilling back. I'm like, okay. And then after the party, I'm like, yo, you want to slide over that beat? You know?
The finesse. You got to finesse. What are some ways you, ZELLi, professionally navigates a male-dominated industry? Because this industry in general is ran by men.
Yeah.
And women are finally starting to become stakeholders and make a space for themselves that hasn't been done before. Don't get me wrong. Pioneers and a lot of women legends, such as the women that you mentioned earlier, have done that for themselves. But I always, especially being a young woman in the industry, doing what I do, I always come across other ladies who are like, we get to have that conversation. It's like, yeah, so-and-so I tried to make a pass at me and I really just want to sit there and record. Yeah. Or so-and-so made a pass at me and I want this to be a business network opportunity where he can be my videographer. Yeah. How do you professionally navigate situations like that?
Usually, so, I'm very, very professional. Mm-hmm. So as soon as I'm like, email or let's set up a meeting, that's how I can tell if they're really serious about it. Mm-hmm. When they're not, they're like, email, let me just get your number. I know I don't pass out my number like that. Mm-hmm. Now we move on to the email or the meeting. Then that's when I can kind of tell.
Gauge, their demeanor and what they're about.
And then if I can tell, they're off of that weirdo shit, then I'm like, okay, well, great meeting with you.
Tell them #weirdo shit.
Weirdo shit.
We don't have time.
Don't. So, I mean, luckily, recently, I would say, I've been surrounded by some pretty great people. And I also kind of give off that vibe. I'm not here for that. Don't try it. And I'll call you on your shit, too. I'll be like, what are you... Cut it out.
ZELLi knows. She'll tell you like it is.
So either we're going to make this shmoney.
Or not.
Or not.
I love that. I'm glad you're very firm in making sure
you have to
it's
be
a clean slate, because there's so much of that happening, and I don't know what it would take or what us women have to do in order to make it an equal playing ground where that's not even a thing. Because you women, for the most part, well, I can't say that, because there are, on the flip side, there are ladies who are okay with, I want to give some to get some.
And I've seen that, and I'm not judging anybody. Do what you do to get to where you need to go.
It's a choice that you make. You choose,
and that's a choice that you make.
make.
But at the same time, you do have to be careful, because you don't want to be that girl. Because already female artists in hip hop, you're already judged. Like, oh, you're this, you're that. Especially with my content that I have coming out, I already know I'm gonna get judged. And off top, new people that want to work with me are gonna be like, oh yeah, she's about it. And be like, no, I'm not about it. I may rap about it, but I'm not about it.
And that's a lot of misconceptions about that too.
Exactly. So I think just women need to be very upfront and just have that confidence to know, like, it's okay to say no. You don't have to do anything that you don't want to do. And if that means you miss out on an opportunity,
then you miss out.
That's
not what you're meant to be doing.
Yeah.
I think it's just very important in order to like pay attention to. I just feel like it's important for us to figure out a way that we can be 100% comfortable with our sexuality without interfering with our work. And that's what ends up happening, is that it becomes a problem because men are not able to separate the two. They don't understand what it's like. I can flaunt my sexuality however I want, but doesn't mean that it's an open door policy.
Exactly.
So I'm trying to figure out, and I love to hear from other women like what their mindset is in terms of like what can be done in order to change that and shift that paradigm.
I think just be yourself, and like I said, just speak up. There's nothing wrong with speaking your mind. They call you a bitch, then fine, I'll be a pretty ass bitch. Like, there's no way around it,
She tell it like it is.
Just saying, at least let me be a pretty one, Like, I didn't spend 30 minutes in the bathroom putting this face on.
For nothing.
So,
Your father, Silver Shadow D.
Oh my, you'll end up in prison.
Yes, friends, welcome.
Surrender in the name of the law.
My fine feathered finks, the time is almost nigh.
Fetch my cigarettes.
In these days of modern time, when you can't tell the AC's greetings from the DCs.
End of the world, end of all time, end of a cycle, but it's not the end of my rhyme. I just started, funk like I farted, and like Moses, I'm leaving MCs parted, like rotten bodies of water, for niggas acting harder, insomniac tactic slaughter. I put that on my daughter, Shannara. Now is y'all hearing this? For me to put that on my seed, y'all know I'm serious. So we shall be furious.
Legendary in the Northwest. I specifically say the Northwest and not, narrow him down to a specific city, because he is known within the region. Being a killer MC. For those who don't know, Silver Shadow D, do your research. I did mine.
Thank you.
And there's a lot of old school videos of him out here doing his thing, rapping on the street with a camera. Like, he would be in a studio rapping, like on stage. He was killing it. And he was your dad. Very smart man. I could tell he was very smart from just the footage I was watching. I'm very well aware of himself and where he came from and what he's here to do. I could see that he took his work very seriously, because it wasn't a game. Now, and then also your mom, she used to dance for a lot of the artists that would come in. So i.e. Sir Mix-a-Lot was one of them. So I thought that was amazing. Your family has a lot of musical background. How has your dad and your mom influenced your work?
I would say with my dad, I grew up around music my whole life. So I'd go to his house, and my room would be above his studio. And there was a vent. And so I would always hear him writing and then making the beats and then literally construct the whole song. And then by the next morning, it'd be done.
That's amazing.
So, when I was younger, I didn't really know what was going on.
You were internalizing a lot of stuff.
But I knew something, it was cool. And then I have a younger sister. We have the same dad, different moms. Her name is Alani. And she actually sings too.
Ooh, is she? Okay, we'll talk about that.
Yes,
later.
yes,
Is she gonna
yes.
Be a your project?
No, yeah.
Is she
So
gonna make a special appearance.
Right? No,
That's
yeah.
really
So
cool.
when we were younger, we would just watch him at his shows. I remember there was a block party. I don't know what block party it was, but my dad, he's just going in on stage, and my little sister got so scared. She was like, "Why is Daddy being so mean? Why is he angry?" I'm like, "It's okay. He's just rapping. It's okay." She's just like, "What's happening?"
When you're young and you don't know what's going on.
Exactly. So, I remember being in the car and, for mixing and mastering, he would be listening to the songs to make sure it's right. And it's just funny because I know almost every single one of his songs just from him playing it over and over and over again.
Exactly.
And then as I got a little bit older, around middle school, early high school, he would take me to all of the Zulu Nation events.
Nice.
And I remember being really shy around there because I'm like, okay, there's just so much going on. This was before I knew I had that music talent in me. And I'm just like, okay, what's happening? But okay, this is cool.
Timid version of yourself.
And it's nice because I have a really good relationship with some of the members. So when they see me, it's like, oh, I've known you since you're a little kid.
That's love.
It makes it easy.
Nothing like that.
Yeah.
How do you feel like having that relationship with people that saw you grow up and know who your dad is? How has that helped you, either challenged you or helped you in your career?
Both. It helps. Because I'm Silver Shadow D, but I try to not use that because I don't want people to think that I'm not a hard worker, like I want them to know, hey, I struggle too, but it does help at times, when they know who my dad is and they're like, oh yeah, and of course they give all of the respect, so they're like, yo, make sure she's
at
good.
At least hear her out. Like, at least listen to the girl and see what she brings to the table.
But I don't like to name drop his name too much because it gets to a point where it's like, oh, she says her dad's name and she gets whatever she wants. It's like, no, that's not the case. There has to be a line, of course. Yeah. So there's pick and choose when you want to bring that up. Because then again, there are a lot of people who don't know who he is.
There are a lot of people who do. I had to do my research.
Yeah.
And I didn't grow up in Seattle. Yeah. I've lived here for a long time and still didn't know. So I was like, oh, snap. Like, I feel like I'm missed out on stuff I had no idea about. Yeah. Seattle has an extensive music background and history. So there's a list, a laundry list of people who have graced Seattle.
There's a ton. And most of them are still doing music to this day, Yes. So if you're really in the hip hop community,
you're gonna know.
Okay. So I just think it's really important for new artists to do their research. Because I've encountered a few where I, try to talk about, you know, the pioneers, and they're just like, oh, I don't need to know them. I'm like, no, yes, you do, because if it wasn't for them,
You wouldn't be doing.
you wouldn't be doing what you're doing.
Very important.
Because most of the time, you're looking up to Macklemore, who grew up around my dad and other folks, you know? And so you're looking up to him. Well, if it wasn't for him who looked up to my dad, then you wouldn't
be a thing.
Exactly. So I just think it's important, you know, you don't have to shout them out or anything, but just do your research so you know where you're coming from and why the Seattle music scene is the way that it is. Because we're different.
Yes.
We're
very different.
Very different. I mean, we have a mix of like West Coast Bay Area music to New York boom bap, you know, so it's all just kind of mingled. Mm-hmm.
Exactly. Considering that you're kind of talking about just the style of music in general and just Seattle influence of music, who are certain people that you paid attention to and listened to growing up that kind of impacted you in becoming a female MC
out
aside
here
from your family? Yeah.
Oh man.
Out here and then also
okay.
Mainstream as well.
That's really hard. When I was younger,
out here's a hard one to answer, but definitely mainstream.
Well, when I was younger, I used to love Mariah Carey.
Oh my God.
And I used to want to be a singer, but I was just way too shy, you know? But the Emancipation of Mimi, I know every single song, every single lyric.
That was one of her best works, was the Emancipation of Mimi.
Okay.
Definitely one of her best works.
I remember, what's that song? Glamorous by Fergie. I remember printing out those lyrics. This was back in 05, 06, whenever the song came out. And that was like the very first song that I ever memorized, you know? So around that time, that's when I started to kind of, I knew I wanted to be a superstar, you know? So
which I can definitely get that aura. But I mean, honestly, to be honest, in order for people to succeed in that, like to want to do that, your mentality is great for it. Like, great for it. You have to believe in yourself 200%.
And there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, like, there is a limit, you know? But it's like, if you want something, it's your life. You have every right to go and get it. Life is too short, you know? Not everyone's meant to live until they're 80 years old.
True.
You don't know when you're going to die.
True.
So it's like, F it. I'm just going to do me, and I'm going to enjoy myself. And if you don't like it, okay. I'm not here for you to like.
Right. Well.
Exactly.
Well.
But
you can't please everyone.
Exactly. You cannot.
I mean, like beyond that, it's just that you can't please everyone. Do you? And whoever is supposed to be around you will flock. Whoever is not will fall apart. Like,
exactly.
Shoe fly.
So back in high school,
junior
year, I believe, it was, remember a midwinter break, that week in February?
When you get like 3 days. Okay, just kidding. Like 4-day weekend. I don't know.
We had a week. That didn't last long though.
No.
But anyways, I was at my aunt's house, rest in peace on Hazel. And I was watching 106 in Park, and they still have that show.
When it was good.
And they were doing the countdown, and the song by, do you know Rai Rai? She does a lot of like Baltimore club music.
Yeah, I know exactly who that is.
So her song,
I have one of her records, like a vinyl record of Rai
So
Rai.
there was a song called Boom Boom. And I remember watching the video, and right then and there, I was like, I have to do this. I have to do this. So 2 of my friends who were recording at the Tina Hendricks studio, I hit them up and I was like, yo, I'm going to be a rapper. And they were like, no, you're not. You can't rap. Girls can't rap. I said, really?
Were these 2 guys?
Yes. Within those, let's see, like.
Just hearing you can't do it.
Within that hour and a half, I wrote my very first rhyme or whatever over what song is it? I hear the beat. I can't think of it now, but I sent it back to them. I was like, what do you think? Read the lyrics. And they're like, okay, we see you. And I'm like, yep, this is what I want to do.
Yep. On. It's lit. And then, I'm a rapper.
Exactly. And then from then on, I kept writing and writing and writing, and that was finally the first thing that's ever stuck to me, you know, because again, I did theater, I did cheer, I did gymnastics, but I never really saw myself doing it long term.
True. Okay.
You know, like I might pick it up, like photography, you know, I can always take pictures, so, you know, I see myself doing that forever. But as far as like being super passionate about something, I'm like, yo, this is it.
This is gonna be my drive.
It didn't hit me until I'd say maybe 2013, after I graduated high school, going into Seattle Central, I realized, duh, my dad does music.
You have someone right
What
there.
am I doing? Well, let me get some
You didn't
advice.
even realize, like, I need to put two and two together.
Exactly. And actually someone, who was it? It was my very first manager. His name is Dustin Campbell.
Wow.
And yes.
The government name.
Yes. And
he loves the name.
and
You
he-
love to name, bro.
And no, he actually works at, SavLav? I think I'm saying it right. They're like a new blogging company out here, and they do interviews as well too.
Oh,
so
wow.
he's a part of that team now.
Oh, I definitely need to look up.
Yes.
Look
And
them up.
I remember he told me, because he knew who my dad was, he was like, yo, why isn't your dad helping you? And I was just like, I guess I never really thought about it, I mean, I never really wanted him to fully help me. I wanted to do this by myself. So when I need help with more of the business side of things,
He definitely is the go-to person.
yeah, if I need advice.
That's amazing, though, 'cause I'm going to tell you something. The business side of the industry is where a lot of people are. It's very blurry. Like, that's not common knowledge. A lot of it is
Even
hidden
now,
information.
I'm just like,
Yeah, a lot of it is hidden information. It's very rare you meet someone who's willing to be open to you about what the business side looks like.
That's 'cause
what
they
to
wanna
look
take
out
your
for.
money.
Either they want to take your money, or like, just people don't like talking about it.
Yeah.
And that's a big problem. So it's very much a blessing to have
Yeah.
someone literally that's like your bloodline.
no, yeah, my dad, the first thing he
can-
told me, he was like, do you have your publishing? And I'm like, what?
Speaking another language, right? It's a whole nother
What are you
language. It's the
talking
business
about?
side of the industry.
So whenever I talk to new artists, I'm like, yo, publishing. They're like, what's that? I said, look up ASCAP or BMI.
You need
Do
to
your
have
research,
it.
figure it out. Because I mean, I can only say so much. You got to kind of go out there and do your own research. That's the only way you're going to, learn. You can only be your best teacher. So,
Exactly. You can teach yourself how to do a
yeah.
lot of things.
So, I mean, even now, I'm still learning a lot of stuff, So, like copyright and now considering getting my own business license and
LLC, which would be
all
nice.
that stuff.
Or incorporated based off if you want shares or not.
Yes,
You gotta think about that.
It definitely does get overwhelming. Don't try to do it all at once. There are times where I'm like, oh my god, okay, CD baby and publishing and this. Okay, I'm gonna do it all, and it's
It
like
gets
3 o'clock in the morning. I'm
overwhelming.
just like, my brain is fried.
You can't do it
You
all
can't.
in one stride.
Just do it all in one step. Music isn't going anywhere. Just be careful. Make sure you always have contracts with people that you work with, including your friends, because you never know when a song is gonna blow up. And then all of a sudden they're like, yo, I helped you with that hook. Where's my money?
No.
Oh, we didn't sign a contract. Then it's like,
It doesn't matter. And then you're like, shit, I
exactly. So even if the song never blows up, just as when you start practicing,
those practices. You practice
Yes.
those practices.
yes, then you'll be ready for, if you do decide to
Those
go
big
into
business
the
deals.
industry and those business deals, you already know, oh, yep, I'm with it. In fact, I got my own contract,
I love that. And you come ready. There's
all the
nothing like
time.
coming ready.
I've intimidated quite a few folks out here, filmmakers to be that.
Throwing a lot of shade. Throwing shade. Still throwing the shade. The shade is still there. I'm dead. I feel like this is targeting someone specific, but no. Words.
I mean, I'm gonna keep it classy and not name drop, but before the cameras were on, I was name dropping, So
Yes, you want to be careful too.
But the person watching this, they know exactly who I'm talking about. And yes, boo, you can text me after this, FaceTime me, call me, Twitter, Instagram, whatever. But you probably won't because you're wrong. So.
Okay. So her statement has been made. So whoever you are, be careful. Don't step on any toes.
I mean, this is the thing. I don't like to say this, but at the same time, it's like, do you know who I am? Do you know who my dad is? It's like I can be petty and take it there, but I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna walk away. But just know I won't refer you to anybody, and if anybody brings your name up for business, I'm gonna let them know exactly what happened, and I'm gonna be like, be careful, watch your back. Because they might turn on you 3 months after planning
about
shit.
The industry, you have to be careful about who you're burning bridges with, who you're stepping your toes
Exactly.
on. Because it's first of all, this
And
city,
it's okay not
this
to work
city
with
is
anybody.
small, though.
And that's my thing. It's okay to not work with anybody. I have no problem. You're going to get a lot of no's and yeses in this industry. But be considerate of other people's time. Mm-hmm. Because I don't have time for that BS. So when we're doing meetings, and somewhere in those meetings, before dates are set, dancers are hired, you know, all that.
Probably would be nice to speak up.
Speak up, you know, because I'm a hard worker. I'm not just, I'm the artist, you're going to do all the work. No, I'm there, like, through every step of the way.
Mm-hmm.
And if for some reason you're like, hey, I don't think this is my thing, I'm going to ask why first, not to be, you know, self-conscious or anything, but I'm just going to be like, okay, well, what can I do to help out? You know?
Being professional.
And then if it's just really something that you don't want to do, and I'm going to be like, okay, thank you. It was great, you know, working with you for the time being.
Your time, yeah.
Exactly. Don't waste my motherfucking time because...
When you get tested and you really want to let them know what it is. Well, how about this? On the flip side,
yes.
If you wanted to work with any, or sorry, not work with them, but if you wanted to be mentored by any entertainer,
yeah, okay,
who would be an entertainer that you would be graced and very, very much an honor to work with, or at least them mentor you and like show you different things that would be helpful for your growth as an artist?
I would say Wale.
Whoa, I wasn't expecting that. Don't get me wrong, Wale is an amazing, diligent, hardworking rapper, artist in general. Why do you say that?
I would say he's the perfect example of just being very humble. You know, I mean, he is also the perfect example of someone who can have #1 song on the charts, but they're not getting that Kim Kardashian attention. You know what I mean? And there's nothing wrong with that. And I feel like a lot of people need to realize that you don't have to be all up in the blogs and the magazines and stuff like that. That doesn't mean that you're hot. That's just people being nosy in your business. You know what I mean? And I feel like
that's very, very true.
If you know that you are a good artist and you have a good amount of fans and you can make money off of these shows and tours and whatnot, then you're good. You know? Now, if you do want to take it to that next level, just know it comes with other stuff, you know? And so I really appreciate Wale just for, you know, just being okay. You know, like, hey, this is my art. If you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't.
Next. It
Great,
doesn't matter.
you know?
And that's amazing. Now, I'm glad that you're mentioning that because I think that's one Wale has not been given enough credit that he's due.
Oh my God.
We can go
Tell
on
me
and on
about
about
it.
that. I mean, we've read about, you know, the situations he's had with like XXL, and you know, he has stories that follow what I'm saying. But alongside that, I'm glad you're mentioning that there's nothing wrong with being a person.
Yeah.
We all are capable of doing amazing things. So no one person is better or more amazing than anyone else. Like no one should be put on any high of a pedestal. So when people, I don't believe in idolizing anyone.
Yeah.
Everyone chooses. They're all humans who chose a path and they stuck to it. So you can be great and be a regular person.
And that's
There's
why
nothing wrong with that.
And that's why it is hard for females in this music industry, because for so long the industry always idolized one female artist. So that's why when other artists come out and they're being compared to someone like Nicki, oh, you suck. It's like, what?
Why are you?
Why can't there be more than one? And this is not me
Mm-hmm.
hating. I love Nicki. You know what I mean? Like, she's the bomb.com.
But just that you would knock me off because
exactly,
I'm not
like
fitting, you know, what your
like
mindset.
Azalea Banks. I love her.
People talk so much smack about her. But she's as an artist, she kills it.
She as an artist,
as an MC, she kills it.
She is dope.
She can kill it.
Now there's some other things that I may not agree with, but that's
the
okay.
side of
But
her craft.
that's exactly.
Yeah,
but that
outside of her
seems to
craft.
get in the way, which is like, come on now, listen to all her stuff. Iggy, some people are gonna shoot me in the foot for this. I like that girl. I've been listening to her from her very first mixtape.
Wow.
Way before her single Work came out. Before she even got signed. Before she got signed with T.I., I was like, yo, I want to see this girl win. When Work came out, I was like, yes. When Fancy came out, I was like, oh my God, this is like hurting my head. But yes, like she's winning. Now.
Stuff got serious.
Stuff got serious. And this is my thing. When you're in the industry, you have a lot of pressure on you.
Yes.
And if you don't have the right people around you to tell you to shut the fuck up.
It's over.
It's over. And I totally understand what it's like to be backed into a corner, and then sometimes you just say stuff and then you're like, oh my God, what did I do?
Why did I say that?
And I think maybe the reason why she hasn't apologized for some of those things, because it's like, if she apologizes, what else is that gonna do?
Doesn't fix
Another
change.
thing that I don't like is how they say things like, "Oh, she's trying to appropriate black culture. She's trying to sound black." I'm
What
like,
does that even mean?
by you saying that, whether you're white or black, you're giving us a stereotype.
Because what is that supposed to look like?
What does that look like? She is a rapper. She is what is she supposed to sound like?
Please tell us.
Taylor Swift
That's
don't sound
fair,
like no
fair
damn
games.
rapper, do she? No.
Definitely not.
Exactly. So
That's
it's
fair-
like,
fair
I just
judgment.
feel like the whole bashing female artists, every little thing, it needs to stop. Let's just focus on the music. Yeah, there are a lot of people in this industry who have shitty personalities, whatever. Let's enjoy the music,
Well,
Hopefully they'll find their soul one day.
the things that come out her mouth are just priceless. You mentioned that you did gymnastics
Yep.
throughout school. You
Yep.
also did competitive cheer. You did theater for years.
Yeah.
So you're very much a performer. And an example of that, I'm so happy you mentioned Nikki, because I already was going to mention Nikki
Yeah.
as a prime example of an artist who she has theatrical desires and mindset, and she wanted to act, and she incorporates it in her work an amazing way.
Yeah.
AKA Roman is one of her different characters that she brings out in her work. How are you gonna bring your experiences of gymnastics and cheer and just performance in your work as an entertainer, because that changes it from just being an artist to an entertainer?
I twerk.
I
You gotta be flexible to twerk.
True. Oh my gosh, I twerk.
I think I'm just gonna, it's hard to be like, oh, I'm gonna bring my gymnastics and flips and
Maybe not necessarily
cheer
gymnastics, but
stuff,
just like the quality of the performance.
I would say just being a performer and engaging with your audience. I can take that because, in a sense, you do have to connect with the audience.
Yes, you do.
Even if you don't know who they are, you want to capture their attention. You want to make them like you. Mm-hmm. In a sense, at the end of the day, I don't really care who likes me or not. But you have to sell it. That's what I learned in cheer. You want those judges to give you a score. You got to do your weird, crazy.
Whatever you gotta
but in the cheer world, that shit, outside, it's like you look really crazy. But cheer world, that facials, man. My mom used to make me
Everything.
practice my facials every single night while I did my stretches for an hour. Every single night.
That's what's up.
She was like,
But
facials.
that's what's gonna help you
But,
on stage when you're doing your thing. And
I would say
wanna
being
make-
disciplined too. Learning, you have to be very disciplined. They do not play. Competitive cheer is so cutthroat. They will talk to you crazy. Like, what the fuck are you doing? You look crazy. Give me 100 push-ups and let's do this again.
It's
You
not a game. And that's
it's not a game.
That's many sports though. If
Yeah.
you're taking it on a competitive level,
Yeah.
it's over. It's
Yeah.
OT. There is no room for nonsense. There's no room for
Hell
games.
no.
So
Yeah.
I'm glad you're mentioning how, and a lot of artists I noticed did sports growing up.
Yeah.
Helped them with discipline, time management, learning. You can't just do whatever with your time, because
No.
everything you do matters towards your craft and so I'm so happy you're mentioning that.
Yeah.
Do you have any alter egos, ZELLi?
Oh Lord Jesus, I got a lot.
Okay,
I don't have any names for them yet.
You
Okay,
need to
okay,
come up with
okay.
names now.
I used to have this bitch named Lola.
Okay, who is Lola and what is
She was from
like?
the UK, but she's that bitch. She left.
So she left.
She just left. She went back. She didn't. She was like, too many things are happening in America right now, so I need to get the fuck out. So she peaced out on me. So it's okay.
I'm loving this.
Lola, wherever you are, just know I miss you.
Oh my gosh.
I also have she and her.
She and her. Okay, let me know who that's.
Well, it's me,
Okay.
but kind of not me.
Okay. So what would I expect if I was talking to she and her? What kind of conversations would we have?
Really weird ones.
Like what kind?
You're gonna be confused. You're gonna be like, wait, are you talking about her or she or you?
Oh my god.
I had this dude.
Voices in her head.
I had this dude tell me once. It was actually last week. And most of the time I joke around with my he, she's, and hers. That's just my personality. I'm just goofy as
It's
fuck.
fun. You don't care.
And he was like, that's borderline schizophrenia. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. Like, I don't even
She's
show.
like, do not diagnose me.
Don't diagnose me. First of all,
I rebuke
and
this.
and I don't even have any other signs of schizophrenia. So you need to just grow up, learn how to smile and laugh,
And look
change out
fine.
your damn sweatpants. Your damn. Oh, let me stop.
Oh,
I had to catch myself.
Oh my God. ZELLi has no filter.
I
You
don't.
care.
But it's like, who are you to judge me? Like, I can talk about you right now, boo, but I'm not gonna be petty, even though they do call me Petty ZELLi.
Oh my God. So that's one of your other.
Actually, you know what?
That's one of your.
That's
other
one of my
That's one of
Petty
your-
ZELLi. There we go.
ZELLi.
Petty ZELLi.
Hashtag Petty ZELLi. Ayy. Hashtag Petty ZELLi.
Okay.
Hashtag Petty ZELLi. Ayy. Hashtag Petty ZELLi. Of course, that's the story because you
Well,
like
that
the
wasn't.
That's a little side pop, a little song.
What's that look like on camera?
I think you got that in camera. It's on.
I'm not really like, I can't.
That's fine. It's a side thigh. It's a side thigh action. You don't want to. You don't need to do too much. Sometimes that's just
True. I don't want to give it all because I'm not going to Havana tonight.
What is, well, considering we're talking about talents and
Yes.
fun things like that, what is one of the coolest things that you can do being a fun size young lady? You're very petite like me, and you, I'm sure, have some talents and tricks up your sleeve. Now,
I'm totally joking.
I've been kind of afraid to ask because
No, I know.
I know. A little bit of
No.
But what is something cool that you can do that not an average person would know about you, and they have to kind of know you to know that you can do it? I mean, can you do like 5 back handsprings in a row and then pop a twerk?
I can't do any tumbling anymore because I have a bad back.
Oh yes, you did mention that. I not.
Yeah.
To me, but when I did my
Yeah.
research.
Yeah. So it's funny because the other night I was trying to do a back bend. So I could do this really cool thing where you go into a bridge.
I'm familiar. I did gymnastics.
Okay, and then you hold it, and then you might just want to flip back over.
So like a walkover.
Yeah. So I was like, I haven't done one of those in a couple years. Let me
Walkovers
just
are
try.
fun, but that's the back.
I got stuck.
The back.
I got stuck,
Can't do
y'all.
those anymore. I haven't done those in a long time. My body's not.
And my
where it used to be.
mom, she's so petty for this. I love you. I heard her at the top of the stairs.
What did she say?
Nothing. She walked away. And then when I, got myself together, then she came out talking about, what are you doing? I'm like, you know exactly what I was doing. I heard you.
Trying.
Because I was like, I was whispering. I was like, help. I can't move. I'm stuck. And I just heard her just like tiptoe away. I'm like, I hear you.
And you're not trying to help me.
Oh my God, that was horrible. But, I mean, I'm pretty sure if I stretched, I could do like 10 toe touches in a row. Do you know what that is?
Yes, I do.
Okay,
That's
so
cheer.
for all my
That's
gymnasts and
definitely
cheers,
cheer.
y'all know.
I did dance team in high school.
Okay.
And then I did gymnastics in middle school.
I used to have the best jumps, so I could do 10 in a row.
But
Just
you're petite, so
bam.
you're light. Like when me and you, I was small, so like jumping was my thing. Like
Yeah.
you can get height. So
Yes.
people loved it.
Get on that springboard floor.
It's a wrap,
Woo!
bro. You make me think about vault. Oh my god, I was always so scared of vault because I'm too light. So the power of what can happen on the vault.
Oh yeah, I stuck to floor.
I was a floor girl too.
I tried to do bars and I popped my shoulder, and my
Bars
shoulders
is
have
scary.
never been the same
No,
since.
I can't do bars.
Vault-
I was a floor girl. I like to perform. I like to put on a show.
Yeah, I tried vault once, and that
That didn't end very well.
Blew.
Oh my god.
And
Yeah,
I-
because you're small.
And I said, yeet. Going back to floor. Not doing.
I'm dead. So you, of course, well, actually, while I was digging up from the trenches, I kind of like saying that. Wes Anderson, Tina Fey,
Yes.
Amy Poehler.
Yes.
What do these people mean to you, and what do you?
Oh
what
my
what about their
gosh.
work inspires you, or are you inspired by?
Well, as you know, I do photography,
Mm-hmm.
so I'm a very visual person. I've always been that way. I'm very creative. I'll pick up some paint, a paintbrush,
paint.
and just
I feel you.
I just do random stuff, you know. And when it comes to Wes Anderson and his films, I love how symmetrical they are. You know, like again, I'm a very visual person. Average person might be like, okay, this is weird. Like I've tried to watch the Royal Tenenbaums with my mom, and she's just like, I don't get it.
I don't get why
and I'm
you
just
like
like,
this.
no, like, do you not see the cinematography? You know, she's just like, what?
When you're a film nerd.
Exactly, you know. So like, I just love how visual he is, you know, and I see myself as that. I'm very detailed, you know. As far as Amy Poehler and Tina Fey, I'm goofy. They're goofy,
yeah,
and I love their chemistry. You know,
They
like that
work
goes back to
very
theater.
well together. Yes,
you
they
know,
work
like
very well together.
And I feel like that's important in the music industry as well too. Whoever you do a song with, you know, you got to have that chemistry. Otherwise, it's not gonna come out great.
No,
you know, that's why a lot of artists who are signed. And I'm not saying anything bad here. You know, a lot of the times they just have to do a song just to get that check for the label.
Which you tend to notice happens.
So, you know, I mean,
again.
I mean, most of the time, you know, song still comes out popping, but you can definitely tell if there was, you know, chemistry on the record or not.
I was just saying this with another individual that I was doing an interview with, and I was saying, like, being on stage, I learned that no matter what, people can see right through you. Authenticity is so important because people can tell when you're doing something. If you're being fake, if you're being half-assed, or if you're doing it wholeheartedly, people can read it. So just being yourself and doing it the right way is just smart off bat.
Yeah. And if you're not, speak up. At least be honest.
At least be honest.
Just be like, hey, I'm just here for the money, or I'm just here because I just like attention, and I have more respect for that than pretending.
People actually respect that way more.
Yeah.
Your first headlining show was at the Crocodile, correct? And this was back in 2014. This was a while ago.
Oh my, time goes by so fast. Oh my God. That seems like it was just yesterday. Wow. Okay.
Time flies. I know. I graduated in 2014. That doesn't, I don't know if that felt like yesterday, but it does.
Yeah. Shout out to Liz, man. That woman has like really, if it wasn't for her, I wouldn't be where I am. She really put me on, because by me having that show at the Crocodile, it just opened up so many more doors for me.
Yes.
And I love her because she really has a lot of respect for local artists, especially female artists as well, you know, and she wants to see us win.
We need people like that in certain positions that can open up doors for us, and leverage opportunities for us.
And I promise to give my respects to her till the day I die. So
shout out to Liz. Thank you so much for being amazing and bringing people like this to the forefront in Seattle. We need it.
I mean, how could you not?
What made that experience special for you, considering it was your first headlining show?
Holy crap. You know, as being an artist, especially when you're new, you tend to have this thing in your head, me. How come I'm not getting those shows? How come I'm not getting that photo shoot? How come I'm not doing that music video? How come I'm not at that event?
It's easy to be tunnel vision to the point.
And you have to just, you know what, just, it'll come, stay on your own path.
Journey.
And I felt like finally, for the first time in my life, I had something that was all mine. You know, when you're doing theater or cheer or gymnastics, you know, I mean, you have to share your stage, you know. And I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, you know, but being a solo artist, you know, it's kind of like, I did that, you know, and I can say that I did that all by myself. I mean, with, you know, Liz helping me out. With other people, but I wasn't, you know, like, yo, help me out, or, you know, who's out there doing this and that. I was like, you know what, I'm just going to let whoever find me and take it from there. And that's just kind of what happened.
I mean, that's the way, honestly, that's the way, in order for things to be organic, for your journey to be as real, and for it to hit the potential of what it can, you have to think that way. Yeah, you have to. Patience is so vital. Let me tell you something. I think the hardest lesson, but the best thing for you to learn.
New artists, take yoga or meditation or something, because that is the number one thing that will break someone's career. Is not having enough patience. Because then you'll start doing reckless things to try and get that next track, or that, you know, to get attention, and then next thing you know,
being garbage.
Garbage, or no, then it's like, oh, I just fucked up my career. Okay, you know, just have faith and really think deep down inside, like, is this something that I really want? Is there a possibility of me doing anything else in life? And if you really do, like, and you have to be honest with yourself. Yes. If you do feel that way, then go for it. And if you don't, keep trying, and you know.
Figure out what that main thing is.
But that's when I say have a backup plan. Because if you have a backup plan, sometimes I feel like you don't have faith in the first plan, you know? And there's nothing wrong with that either.
I beg to differ. I believe that if you know that what you're choosing to do is your purpose, there is no backup plan.
Exactly, yeah.
So you make that happen no matter what. So that's my...
Because I get that a lot from my family. You know, I'm not really in school right now. And so they're like, well, what's your backup plan? I'm like,
I heard that all throughout. Yeah, that was something I heard a lot.
Backup plan.
Young. There is no backup plan because this is what I'm going to do.
You know?
That's it. And if you think that way, then it is never going to be one.
And things happen for a reason, too. You know? So let's say 5 years from now, if something else comes my way that seems to capture my interest, there's nothing wrong with that either. You know? But as of right now, this is what I'm doing. And if 5 years it changes, then it changes. But as of right now...
She's like, but right now...
Right now, there ain't no backup plan, so...
I have 2 words for you. Emotional bastards.
We can actually get into this, and I'm not here to throw any shade. I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna be real. Yeah. Oh, no, it's fine, though. I'm here to be real. Fuck that shit. Here we go.
Oh my God.
So, emotional bastards.
I didn't even know it ended on a bad foot or anything. I just thought it was interesting because I was on YouTube. And I saw
emotional
the videos.
Bastards didn't end on a bad note. How about that? The friendship did.
Got you.
So, her name is Simone Williams. She goes by Say Monet. Check out her new music. It's coming out soon.
Showing love.
As always, I mean, unless you've like really done something to completely disrespect me, I'm still gonna show love no matter what, you know? Because again, this industry, they want to see women fight, and I'm not here for that. I may not like
I'm so happy you just said that.
I may not like the decisions that you've made, but I got to get over that. It's what you want to do, and that's fine. I'm still here to support when you're ready for my support. So Emotional Bastards, my best friend and I, Simone, we were friends since about 3rd grade.
Oh, wow.
You know, growing up, she was the poet and the rapper and the musician, you know, and again, I was, theater kid, gymnastics, all that. And then this was senior year, I believe. That's when I, started to get into music. And we're like, yo, we should just start a YouTube channel. And just... Because we always said, yo, we need to have our own show. Because, our chemistry, we're like sisters.
When I was watching the videos, I was like, this is hilarious.
Are they still on YouTube?
Yeah, they are. I got to watch
you know what? Fuck it.
videos.
I'm going to keep them on there.
No, keep them. No, I love them. They're
so,
great.
as you know, everything.
So we see young ZELLi. I was like, oh my God, that's a version of her when she was younger, but she's still the same person.
I'm still the same, yeah.
So I liked being able to watch that.
That was kind of the start of just figuring out what we wanted to do, and we're like,
Definitely,
what? Let's just show our face. Let's just put us out there. You never know what's going to happen with 1 episode, 2 episodes, or, or whatever. So we started that, and we're like, okay, we got to get our own Twitter account, Facebook, we were really doing it. We did it for a couple months.
So what was the content like? Because I saw it was mainly funny stuff, or?
It was just us, and then I think as we started to record our music, we definitely wanted to kind of touch on that. So it kind of moved into just our friendship and then moving on to our career.
Nice, okay,
and capturing those moments. Because I love seeing that with other artists, because we don't get to see a lot of that.
The growth,
we just see the glamorous. And it's like,
There's a lot of riggedy bullshit things that went down before you could see the glamour.
One of the episodes that might still be on there. We were in the studio. Did you see that? That might actually be on my page if I haven't deleted it. Well, our engineer didn't show up.
Uh-oh.
We had access to the studio. And it was just all a hot mess. So we had to learn how to engineer our own session. That's was really cool. The song Ice Drip. That was the first time we recorded that.
When your interviewee beats you to your next question. Literally beat me to my next question.
I watch a lot of The Breakfast Club and Vlad TV and Hot 97. So every single day, every day
as well.
I get pissed when there's not a new episode. I'm like, what am I supposed to do for the next hour? Like,
I want to watch what's going on with the new folks. What are they doing? What are we talking about?
So yeah, that was the very first song that we recorded together. That was because the feature didn't show up either.
Oh my god.
So I was like, do you want to be on this song? I really want to get it done. And she's like, yeah. So she was just looking through her notes. She goes, yep, I got something here. And then, of course, the song didn't come out great, but it was a good start, And then we finally actually got it for real recorded 2 summers ago, and that was on poetry.
So that
was on poetry
that's
tape.
what we hear now. Okay.
Yes.
So no one has that raw footage except for you, like that raw, that raw sound of the actual track, the raw track.
Lord Jesus.
I couldn't even get that out. Like I was like raw image, raw. Like
I got a lot of raw shit on my computer. So.
Oh my god, that's good though.
I actually had my very first song recorded.
What was your first song named? Do you remember? Did it have a name? Oh, when you get it, where?
I know exactly where I recorded it.
Where were you?
And this is why my first headlining show was so important to me. So, do you know, I think it's called the Cornelius or something like that. It's across the street. It's on the same block as Crocodiles. It's apartments. And I met this guy. He went by G something. Oh my god, I'm so sorry if you see this. It's a long time ago.
She's like, please pardon me.
But
I don't remember.
he's like, yeah, we met online. And then he was like, yeah, you can come through. And this is, I'm totally naive to the whole recording. I don't know shit. I'm like, oh, home studio. Yeah, my dad has one. Okay, this is gonna be great.
I'm thinking it's kind of like the same thing, and it's not.
Child, we were in a closet. That was actually his bedroom. It was like a walk-in closet. He was just there for a few months.
Listen, I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to interrupt you for a moment because shout out to all the closet artists that are coming out, because there's a lot of people who are like, they're not letting no be an answer, and they're creating the space that they need for themselves out of a closet. There are countless artists that started in their closet. I know people personally, and I also have watched,
or bedroom or whatever,
closets are a big, because the space is perfect for studio, to create a studio for recording sound. So I get it, and there's a lot of them. Shout out to all y'all.
So I'm just like kind of thrown off. I'm like, okay, well, like, this is what we do. So he had the mic in this shelf, and I'm short. He was like 6'3". He was tall.
So he can reach, and you're like...
I had to stand on the ledge of the couch to record, so I was just like...
Oh my god, this is for
my very first song.
Track.
Yeah. Well, I had another first song. This was like in high school, but I don't really count that one so much. That was morally just learning how to record on the mic, and then hearing how it came out like shit. And sorry, Ethan Thompson. It's okay. We both didn't know what we were doing.
Ethan Thompson, the name.
But so that was my first song. It was what the hell was it called? Oh man, it was so bad. It was.
Hey, we all have to start somewhere. A lot of what we do the first time is crap.
Like, it was booty. I don't even know why I put that shit on SoundCloud.
You're proud of it. You worked your
It got plays though, low key. And then as I started to do more and more music, I'm like,
stop it.
Girl.
Take this down. Yeah, it's time to take it down.
Yeah. So when I went to the Crocodile for the first time, I wasn't really in Belltown like that. I knew downtown Seattle, but like Belltown, I wasn't familiar.
Yeah.
So we were leaving. So show was done. We're leaving. And we walked by the apartments, and I was like, oh my God.
I remember this place.
I literally almost cried. Even thinking about it, I still get butterflies.
Full circle your whole entire.
I was just like, this is meant to be.
Look at what I'm doing now, and then I just realized I'm passing in front of the place.
That's how
first recorded. Wow, that's what's up.
Yes, and
that's amazing.
The guy who recorded me, his dad, I think he still lives there. He goes by Uncle Shredded Wheat.
Whoa.
Yes.
Why is it the name of a cereal box?
And he kind of does...
Shredded Wheat is a cereal,
he does music as well, and I think right now he's doing... he does prints like for stickers and things like that, and so shout out to Uncle Shredded Wheat.
Shout out to you.
Yes, and it's nice because every once in a while I'll get a message from him or whatever, just checking in on me, and so...
That's what's up.
Yeah.
I'm glad you mentioned that. Now, I'm glad you mentioned Ice Drip as well. Ice Drip is one of my favorite tracks. And then also Solid is, first of all, when I first watched you perform, that was literally hands down my favorite track. I was like, oh my God, that track was lit. And then you performed other tracks, but that one was like, it set the tone for what viewers were supposed to, listeners were supposed to expect in terms of ZELLi and the presence that you bring when you perform.
Yes.
Now, I know that's also the name of the new project you're going to be dropping, your new EP, correct?
Yes.
What are your listeners going to be expecting? Like, what should they expect?
Oh, man.
What kind of sound are you bringing? What's the tone? Uh-oh.
It's just a combination of a lot of things. I mean, one of the songs, the last track on there is called Offended. That's the one that was produced by Jamal Jones. I wrote that 3 years ago. That's when I first started doing music.
Oh, wow. So you have some old tracks you put on there.
Yeah, but I never had it
remastered?
recorded. But every
Okay.
time I perform it, people just go crazy. And they're like, where can I find it? I'm just like, I don't have it online. So I was like, you know what, fuck it, I'm going to put that
You
on
have
the
to
EP.
put it on the E EP.
Trying to think. Yeah, the intro, which was produced by Rob Reeves. Same deal. Actually, I think that was written 2 years ago, but same thing. I perform it, and people are just like, yo, where can I find it? I'm like, I don't have it. So there are 2 songs on there that are old that my listeners, they're like, yes,
People who actually have watched you perform and follow you.
Yes,
And, like,
and then
finally we can...
3 songs on there that are, well, solid. That's kind of the theme.
I love that track.
And then there are 2, so there are 5 songs on there. And then there are 2 songs that are Freak Nasty Ratchet.
Oh my God. Sophisticated Ratchet or just Freak Nasty Ratchet?
Freak Nasty Ratchet.
Okay, so not Sophisticated Ratchet. It's just Freak Nasty. Yeah.
It
Write it out.
can
I was like, write it out.
It's sophisticated in the sense of having respect for yourself. So
So
someone listening to this right now, when they hear those 2 tracks, and be like, respecting yourself. This is my message. Guys want to holla at us after the club. We already know what it is. I'm not judging. But have respect for yourself. So you can get something out of it too. That's what I think. They're not going to call you every day and text you, good morning, how's your day?
So that's not what you want.
Did you eat today?
This works.
How are you? Blah, 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 blah. We're not going to get that. But when you hit us up on the late night, you want us to look a certain way, right? You want our face to be beat. Okay, we'll buy the materials.
Ooh, tell them.
You want my butt to look a certain way? Okay, get me a gym membership.
I don't blame her. I'm about it. I'm here for this 100%. I'm not gonna lie.
And I brought this concept to a few guys just to run it by them
and see what they.
And some people are like, you know what? That makes sense. And then there's some guys who are like, man, you're teaching these girls to trick. I said, no. I'm like, what are you guys doing to us? What am I getting out of it? I'm getting you. Well, you're getting dick.
No, that's something you're bringing to the table.
And
that's something you want. You think that's the only thing that's gonna just
exactly.
That's not.
So for my ladies out there who pop it at the club and do this and that, you don't want your heart to be broke. Well, get that money or get whatever. And like I said, it doesn't always have to be about money, but just know what you're getting yourself into and know that you have a voice and you have the right to bring something to the table.
Yes.
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 And if they're not about it, then
then move on.
Move on, or don't have any type of attachment, anything, nothing. Just no boop boop. Okay, whoop.
So is your project Solid gonna be more of like a proclamation of a woman who's trying to kill it in the scene, who's trying to do her? Like what kind of sound are we going for?
Like I said, I'm a very creative person. I think that is one thing I do need to work on. I'm still working on is figuring out my sound and my theme, So
I love that you're transparent about that.
But at the same time, it's like, who cares?
True. It doesn't.
I hate when someone's like, "You don't have a sound. You're not an artist." I'm like,
it's the same thing as saying
I make music that I like to make. So if I'm feeling sad, I'll write a sad song. If I want to shake that ass, I'm gonna make a shake that ass song. If I feel like name dropping and cuss people out and just going in, I'm gonna do that.
So your project definitely be a compilation.
It's just all of that, a culmination of songs for the past couple of years, things that I've been going through, and it's like, you know what? I'm just gonna release it
and then see what happens. That's the best way to do it.
Yeah.
What are you trying to bring to the table as a femc? I don't know if you go by that term. It's like
yeah.
I love that term a lot.
Femc, yes.
Femc is really cute. So what are you trying to bring to the table as a femc here in Seattle that you don't see yet or you haven't seen?
I would say just being more not being afraid to be creative.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, definitely taking the constructive criticism,
Mm-hmm.
taking all the advice, but do what you still want to do. You know, so yeah, I just be
So I'm
yourself.
just gonna do me.
Just be yourself.
And I mean, well, I can definitely attest to the idea that the reason why I even wanted to sit down and talk to you is because your energy was so different from any other woman I was seeing doing her thing here in Seattle. Like, people don't talk the way you do, don't carry themselves the way you do. Like, you just say it like it is, and people here can be very passive. It's the truth. That's Seattle. And that was like, man, I love seeing someone who just does not give a fuck about what people say or what they think, or she's just gonna be her. And if you can handle that, you can. If you can't handle the heat, get out the kitchen. Like,
exactly.
So I love that. I feel like that's one thing that you definitely are bringing to the table. That's not necessarily of Seattle and the culture of Seattle.
I agree. Yes.
Just saying.
Yeah.
Ride that out. I like that. Now, you are infamous for your Snapchat alongside your work.
Yes, I am.
So
my Snapchat be popping.
It's popping, and I just started following her, so you guys should definitely follow her on Snapchat. What's your Snapchat?
ZELLi, ZELLi. Just type that in.
That's ZELLi, perfect. That's
ZELLi,
easy.
easy.
So, and then also you're a foodie. You love food. We were talking about that. You're big on food.
I cook a lot.
And you cook. What's one of your favorite dishes to cook?
Oh, Lord Jesus. Breakfast, lunch, or dinner?
I love breakfast, so talk about breakfast.
I make a really, really good French toast. And I use brioche bread, and I top it off with powdered sugar and strawberries.
I love strawberries. And I love French toast. It's one of my favorite breakfast foods is French toast.
I make a really... Oh, and you know what? I make really good homemade biscuits, too. From scratch.
It's over. All right.
I'm wifey.
So I would love some biscuits. I will definitely pitch in for some biscuits. Definitely pitch in for, like, have you ever... Have you ever been interested in, like, hosting a breakfast and, like...
Yes, I've actually been thinking about that.
Kind of like a small event.
Yes, I've been thinking about doing like little food parties at my house. I wanted to do it this summer, but that's not going to work. But that's okay. I can still do it this fall.
You can do it whenever.
Fall actually might be nice. Around the holidays,
you can do it around the time where people need to come together. Because I noticed that, especially in Seattle City, that it rains a lot and people love to run and hide here.
Yeah.
Summer is the only time people do come together. So I think it would be
Pause. You said run and hide?
Run and hide, yes. Uh-oh. Well,
for real.
I was going to say that I think it would be very enlightening for you to host events in times where people, like in the winter here, it can be so stale.
Oh man, you got to take your vitamin D, man.
You do.
You have to. It
can be very stale here in Seattle. Very cold city. It's just everyone likes to hide. So
not me. My ass be all out in the snow. Ow. Actually, no, that's a lie. I be in my cheetah onesie.
In your onesie.
Yep.
I love
my onesie. Watch my little reality shows.
Is cheetah your favorite brand?
Not really.
Do you have a favorite brand?
Yes.
You like Prince. I feel like you're
me.
Like Prince. Okay. So you, all right. So if you ever want to buy a Prince, just go Google ZELLi.
Yes, Google me, bitch.
What are some things, what's your go-to spot to eat that people may not know about, that people sleep on here in Seattle or just in the Northwest in general?
Oh my God.
You have a lot?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Breakfast, lunch, or dinner. I'm sorry.
I was going to say, okay.
I'm sorry.
Why don't you say one of each? One breakfast, one lunch, one dinner.
Well, I guess this counts for like all three categories.
Okay. You can knock them all out. That's fine.
Bats.
I've never heard of this place.
Bats.
Never ever
Chicken and waffles. It used to be where Catfish Corner was.
Yeah.
And
in the CD.
Yes, in the CD.
So they took down Catfish Corner?
Yeah.
That's a big deal.
Months ago, yep. I mean, they still exist. They're along Rainier now.
Okay, so they moved.
Yeah, they moved.
Okay,
yeah.
Okay. I thought they.
But it's great.
What?
When they first opened, I was there once a week for a month. And this is just my opinion.
That's when you know it's good.
These are my taste buds, just to let you know. So don't be in the comments talking about what the fuck she talking about, because I will respond. If you ever been to Roscoe's in LA,
chicken and waffles,
it emulates that, but the chicken,
Northwest side,
the chicken is to motherfucking die for.
It's fried chicken, or do they smother it? Do they do anything but just
What kind
fry?
of question was that? If it ain't fried, I ain't eating it. What?
Because, for example,
That's actually a lie. I make a really good baked chicken.
Let me tell you, because I'll be honest with you, I don't necessarily like fried chicken all the time. I do like fried chicken, but I don't want it all the time.
This interview's done.
No, it's a preference.
No, I understand.
It's a preference.
Yes.
I don't like
Okay.
fried chicken all the time.
Okay.
Sometimes I like it baked. Sometimes I like it grilled. Sometimes I like it smothered. Like sometimes I like it marinated in some drippy sauce. Like, and I don't mind that with some waffles. That's fine.
Drippy sauce.
So that's why I was wondering, like, do they only fried, or they have other options?
I think it's only fried.
Well, that's traditional, and there's nothing wrong with that.
It's so crispy and juicy and just like it's.
You
have to go there just to experience it. Let's see, another restaurant, Pam's Kitchen.
Oh, that's a given. I love Pam's Kitchen.
Family,
Caribbean style.
So my family's Guyanese on my mom's side,
I'm Haitian,
and there's a family member. I think my mom knows Pam as well too. But yes, I love
Trini Restaurant. If y'all don't know, are they still in the U District, or did they move?
No, so they Pam, man,
because they would close that thing, open it when they wanted.
Pam, please get your hours
And I
together.
loved that restaurant, but the hours were very crucial. Like, I would be like, okay, I'm gonna go to Pam's, and then it'd be closed. And I swore the hours online said they'd be open.
She's in Wallingford. I know that.
Okay.
And then she has a lunch kitchen in South Lake Union.
Oh wow. So they opened 2 businesses now.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
Yes. Is it a lunch kitchen though? I don't want to get shit for that. Well, there are 2 locations.
Well, yeah. So you just do your research and go online.
Get your roti, your curry,
the
your pone,
the roti's
all
really
that. Like, oh my god.
Which is something we are very deprived here on the Northwest
You know what?
side.
We need more West Indian food here, and that's the thing. There are a lot of West Indians in Seattle.
They're hiding. They're here. They don't. They're not very out there, but they're here.
I mean, there is Island Soul.
That place is so good in Columbia City.
But I mean, you get your goat.
It's all right. That's what I heard, but I like it.
How about this? You get your goat curry. You know, there's that. But I would say it's mostly like soul food.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that too.
Definitely
like,
a soul food spot.
You want to get you some mac and cheese and some collard greens, you know.
We can do that.
Hit that spot up. The only thing that I don't like, and I'm just being honest, is that over the years I noticed that their portions are getting smaller and they're getting more expensive.
That's a problem.
But at the same time, there's a lot of gentrification going on in Columbia City, so I completely understand.
You understand where it's coming from.
Yes, but sometimes I'm just like, can I get like 2 more bites? Just 2 more bites. Just 2 more bites. You know, just, you know.
Now that I'm glad you're saying that, that's something that's going on in the city, which is very vibrant. If you grew up in Seattle, you've noticed there's been a big influx of people coming here. Traffic has been
60,000.
A lot of people have been flocking over here.
60,000. What the hell y'all want?
You know who we have to thank? The Seahawks. After the NBA, oh my God, NFL and Seahawks, they had put Seattle on the map so crucial that people were like hungry to know where are these people coming from?
Yeah.
What are they about? Mm-hmm. And I feel like Seattle is getting a lot of due credit finally that it needs.
Yeah.
But
and we got Amazon and Google and all them coming over here.
And we have a lot of amazing companies that started here. But
yeah,
I do not want to see your grannies and your sisters and your sister cousins and your grandpas and your mamas coming out the woodworks, backing up our streets. Is getting a little out of hand.
Yeah, I mean,
it's getting a little out of hand, you guys.
It's great for our economy, but for the people living here, it's
very frustrating.
You know, like
very, very frustrating.
I love Capitol Hill, and I mean, I still love it now, but it's definitely not how it was 5 years ago.
No.
And even then, there was still gentrification going on too. You know, I mean, me being a foodie, I do appreciate all of the new restaurants and all that stuff too. But I feel like the new restaurants opening up, you know, they should still have a little bit of something for those people that used to go there. That's why I like Fats. You know, they have catfish on the menu. You know, and they have
they cater to that
they
area,
have an old
the
school
demographic of that space.
They have a nice old school family vibe in there. You know, once a week or a few times out of the month, they'll have a DJ come.
Oh, that's dope.
And spin. You know, like I like that.
Speaking of spinning, do you have any other talents that you possess? I.e. spinning, maybe producing. Do you know any other instruments?
I used to play the violin.
That's what's up. Oh, nice. Classical.
I actually started out DJing before.
Now, when we were on your SoundCloud.
SoundCloud, yes.
And we were like, this
yes.
track only has ZELLi's name on it, and it's instrumental. Is this something that she did herself?
Yes. Yeah.
Is this something that you want to incorporate more in your work eventually over time, or you kind of want to make it separate?
A little bit of both.
Okay.
You know, I do see a lot of artists out here they still do, you know, they still record and all that stuff, but they're also starting to DJ as well. So I would love to get into that, just not right now because, not right now. I'm not ready for that yet.
It's a lot.
You know,
it's a lot. You got to take every single, you know, different thing that you add and throw in there, you want to do it for wholeheartedly.
Yes.
You don't want to half-ass it, so you have to take your time.
I mean, I still practice sometimes at home, you know, I'm bored, throw a track on and just start playing with it, and if I like it, I'm like, oh, okay.
It's cool.
Well, I might release it, maybe not. Usually, like, I'll release something, and I'm like, I don't like it anymore, I'll just take it off, so...
That's
whatever.
fine.
And I can do that because it's my music.
You
exactly.
can do whatever you want. As a young lady, gracing the world and doing what you love, especially, and also as myself, I feel like we have a responsibility to pass on, you know, our knowledge and what we're doing as young adults to young women, young girls.
Yes.
How do you want to impact young women that you know are going to be paying attention and looking up to you?
I want them to know that it's okay to be yourself. I went to Seattle Girls School.
Oh, wow, nice.
Which is in the CD.
I didn't know that.
And I went there for 7th and 8th grade, and they touched a lot on that. You know, just be yourself. I mean, yeah, you're going to have run-ins with shit. Everyone has insecurities. You're going to have them, but you just have to overcome it. You know what I mean? You don't like your eyebrows? Get them done. You know what I mean? But at the same time, do know that... Embrace. Because, yeah, you can change your physical appearance.
But you're not changing anything.
But you're not changing anything in here, you know? Like, there are times where I get my eyebrows, I'm like, yes, I'm on fleek. 3 weeks later, I'm just like, damn.
Well, we were talking about young ladies and how you want to influence young girls.
Yes.
Like, what kind of impact do you want to have on them?
I want them to be themselves and embrace themselves, and there's nothing wrong with that. No one can tell you anything at all. You know, like, you only get, I mean, at least it seems like it, you only get one life, you know? I mean, I don't know if there's extra life out there. I don't know. I don't want to get weird on you guys. But, you know, just be yourself and be kind to others. Respect yourself. Speak your mind. And just love yourself. You know, love yourself before you love anybody else.
That is so key, but also understanding what that means.
Yes.
Because I've heard that growing up, and I didn't actually know what that meant.
You have to go through it. You know, you can say it. You know, I went through a really interesting, actually 2 relationships 2 years ago, back to back. Don't do that shit. Where naturally I'm just like a very caring person. And I don't mind helping others, you know, like I will give all of myself just to help you out, you know? And I realized that doesn't work like that. It's nice, but you just don't know who people are, you know? Get to know them, and again, you have to love yourself for you love somebody else, because if you don't, then you're gonna end up really heartbroken and sad, and
it's just ugly. It's just ugly.
And it can really screw with yourself, you know. You have to, it's all mental, you know.
It's all psychological.
We have the power.
You have control over all of that.
Exactly. So you have to just know, like, okay, you know what, no one can tell me what. I'm going to just talk to myself, get it together.
Well, I definitely appreciated and thoroughly enjoyed this interview.
Yes.
You are such a fun person to be around. Where can people find your music? Where can they find you on social media?
Okay.
People who don't know who you are and need to know who you are.
How do you not know who I am?
Well, let it know.
All right, my music, you can find me soundcloud.com/Z3LLI. And I need to get this shit fixed, okay? Because a lot of people think that my name is spelled Z3LLI, and I'm just like, no.
It's ZELLi.
It's because of fucking social media, people have my name. So, you know, I need to figure out.
A way to...
Maybe when I get more followers, you know, they'll you know. Yes. Social media, Twitter, Z3LLI, Instagram, Z3LLI_. I got Facebook, just type in ZELLi. My like page will come up. And I do have a personal page. You can still type in ZELLi. If it comes up, cool. I might add you back. Maybe. It's public, so you don't really have to add me. You can follow me. Snapchat, yes, we got that. ZELLi. Is there any other social media?
SoundCloud would be where your music is.
Yeah, yes, that's where my music is.
Okay.
Right now. I'm trying to get it on Spotify next.
That is definitely something I notice a lot of artists that are coming up are trying to do.
Yeah. I mean, I love SoundCloud and all, but right now Spotify is where it's at, you know.
Yes, it is. Definitely where it is.
I don't really know how else to explain it, you know. So.
Thank you so much for coming.
Of course. Oh, really quick though.
Shout out. You wanted to.
Have you heard of Kamaya?
Kamaya, the singer?
She's a rapper. She is from Oakland. She's on YG's album.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were talking about somebody local. No, I do not know.
No. So last night, I actually watched her documentary that Do Normal actually tagged me in.
Hey, shout out to Do Normal,
yes,
by the way. And 6950.
And it was her first headlining tour.
Nice.
Yes. And it's crazy because I'm like, I haven't even heard of this girl, and what she's popping, you know. And you guys should definitely check her out. That females are running it right now.
Yes, we are.
So I'm just gonna say,
killing it.
I love you, and I want to work with you, and I love you, and we kind of have the same braids too. So yes. Like, her story is really, really inspiring, you know. Like a lot of people don't realize that being an artist, we're still human and we still have emotions. Definitely. You know, I mean, I know I come off as, you know, but it's like if I lost my best friend tomorrow, that would suck. And
you have feelings.
I have feelings, you know.
Real.
So
that's real. You're much appreciated. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me. This was fun.
Of course. Thank you to everyone who was tuning into Conversessions. You already know every time I'm on here, I'm going to make sure you guys have a great time. This is ZELLi. Make sure you check her out. And I'm going to be signing out. Powered by Greater Northwest Music. This is Greater TV. I'll see you guys soon.
Lord Jesus, I'm ready to eat some pizza. Oh, where can I get some Jamaican beef patties from? That's what I'm saying. That don't count. That don't count. Islands. Theo, get it together. Down, mama, pop, down, pop, down, pop.